G'day YouTube, Warbles on a lot here. Welcome to a calm, cloudy, quiet morning in the forest. We've had 5 inches or 125 mils of rain in the past 5 days, so everything's nice and wet. A lot of things are germinating and coming up that you don't see all the time. And yesterday, while I was collecting wet firewood late in the afternoon, I spotted a site that I haven't seen for 15 years at least, maybe 20 years. And I thought about immediately trying to make a video of it, but it was really late in the afternoon and the light was really bad. So I decided I'll wait till the morning. And so here I am to discover a perfect example of make the best of a bad thing and strike while the iron is hot, because here I am able to show you one terrestrial orchid, a green horned terrestrial orchid. I think because it looks like the drawing of the horned orchid in the Wild Foodplants textbook that I've got, but it doesn't have a photograph of a green horned orchid in the book. It has a photograph of a different orchid, and there are lots and lots of different kinds of orchids. So apart from the fact that it's cute and it's pretty, you don't see them very often, the reason that they're worth paying attention to is because they're actually a food plant for humans. You don't eat the flower, you don't eat the stalk, you don't eat the leaves, but if you dig it up very gently, there'll be a little thing about the size of a split pea, which is white and starchy, and it's food, it's edible. It's a source of carbohydrates and vitamins and probably minerals, and people eat them, or they used to. Yesterday I could have showed you 2 of these side by side, but it would have been a really low light photo, even lower light than I've got now. But during the night, I'm assuming that a rabbit, or perhaps a swamp wallaby, or perhaps a kangaroo got this one, or rather got the neighbour, which was growing about there last night, just on sundown, as I was coming past with my armload of wet firewood. So there you go. If you've got rabbits, you don't have many of these. If you've got sheep, you don't have any of these. And in the textbook, I've read an account of somebody who said that on land that had never been under the impact of introduced species, there were 600 of these per square metre. So the fact that you only get 1 split pea worth off each individual plant meant that once upon a time you might have to dig up a square metre per person per meal. But there was so much country and there were so many orchids, and human numbers were permanently kept low enough that during a 10-year drought nobody would starve to death. The idea was not to increase the number of humans to the maximum the country could carry during a good year. The idea was to make sure that nobody starved to death during the worst possible year anybody had ever had stories to tell of. And in a culture where nobody had moved off their country for 50,000 years, they had oral histories going back 26,000 years. And this is the sort of thing that they organise to be able to pick up and eat anywhere. So to give this one a chance, I'll replace the camouflage that it had before I cleared it for the photography. That's the one. It had a particular stick there. There we go. Returned to the way you were before the video. Warbles on a lot to YouTube. Ciao.